If you feel like you different from everybody else and you can't relate to anyone, then you are not alone. And when I say that you feel like you can't relate to anyone, I mean in terms of your mindset, your personality, your hustle, your mentality, stuff like that. And you feel like you're not on the same wavelength as everyone else. Like, I love to read. I love to learn new things and grow in life. And other people around me are more complacent. They're fine with where they are in life. But me, I'm greatly dissatisfied with my position in life. And I really want to change where I am. I remember times in elementary school, middle school, I was the one kid that was treated differently. I was treated like I was some type of weirdo, you know? People didn't want to be around me. And I'm talking about my classmates, my teachers, and they were just unable to really understand me. I feel like that really negatively molded my experience of school and just my outlook on people in general. And I didn't really have very good social skills. I didn't know about how to interact with people. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really understand certain things like body language or nonverbal communication and stuff like that. And I feel like people really had this sense of disdain and resentment for me because I wasn't like everybody else. I was different. So I was often avoided and excluded out of things. And teachers would make me feel so self-conscious. And I didn't realize it at the time. But when you're grown, when you're an adult, and you looking back at stuff that happened all the way when you were in first grade, like teachers treating you, yelling at you for stuff you can't even control, it's crazy. And most of these teachers were literally alcoholics. They really hated their lives and they took it out on the children. Like, I remember there were like the black children weren't treated as good as the white children. You know what? I don't even care. I'm going to say it. You know what I'm saying? And I just know I was treated differently because I was different. Not because of the color of my skin, but just the way I was. They literally thought that there was something wrong with me. They thought I was stupid or dumb or something like that. And I've never really talked about this experience that I had in my life. And it's crazy because this experience really molded the way that I interact with people now in my life. The people see me trying to grind, people see me trying to learn new things, and they see me as weird or different. But all in all, I actually see some positivity in this. Even though being different, throughout high school and college, it's caused me some type of pain, loneliness, and I felt alone. I've been rejected, you know what I mean? But I'm actually able to see the positivity in being different. And I think this is a very perfect opportunity for confidence, for uniqueness. Because that's what makes a person special. That's what makes a person a real human being, is when they're different. You know what I mean? I think, to me, it's a blessing in disguise being who you are. Just literally being comfortable in your own skin and embracing your insecurities embracing your flaws, embracing the differences in you. I'm not a neurotypical person. I'm different. You know what I'm saying? And that is all right. God made me. God made you the way that you are for a reason. And I guess this is the reason that I'm making this video. I want to see if there's anyone out there who feels the same way that I feel, who is experiencing the same things in life as I am, who's going or who's went through the same things. Because God made all of us uniquely for a reason. He made us the way we are for a reason. So to feel bad about the way that you are, that's really saying that you don't trust God. You don't trust what he created. You know what I'm saying? Because you literally got to own it. You got to own up to it. You got to stand on business about who you are as a person. There's no need to be ashamed of who you are. I used to feel ashamed that I have these autistic tendencies about myself. I used to be ashamed that I'm very different. You know what I'm saying? My ex-girlfriend would tell me not to be ashamed of it, but I felt ashamed of who I was. But now I realize that you shouldn't be ashamed because God made you the way you are for a reason. And whether you can see it or not, there's actually something like God has a plan for you. He has a plan. You may not know exactly what the plan is going to be, but as you keep living and you keep experiencing new things and going after your dreams, you got to go after your dreams. You got to go after your passions. Embrace every part of yourself, even the negative parts. Embrace all of it. That's what makes you more confident. I'm a gig worker. Sometimes I do Instacart shopping, and I'd be in the store, and I got the feeling that people are looking at me as if, oh, look at him. He should be doing something else. He could be doing construction, or he could be doing something that's more respectable, or he could have a 9-to-5 job. But as I kept doing what I do, you know what I'm saying, the gig work and everything, I'm starting to realize that, yes, I'm different. And I have a certain path that I'm taking. I have a certain path that God is bringing me down. So even though there's people in my life that are judging me for what I do because I want to be an entrepreneur, I don't want to work a bullshit, lame ass 9-to-5 job like everyone else. I want to have my own business. I want to have my own life. I want to be able to decide what I do, decide what time I do that thing. Because I'm better off when I'm alone, when I'm working by myself. I feel more masculine. I feel more fulfilled. I feel more joyful and peaceful when I feel like the work that I'm doing is purposeful and I'm actually helping people. You know what I'm saying? Because even this gig work, you're helping people. There's some disabled people who can't go out to the store and shop for themselves. And you are bringing them value. They really appreciate that. People really appreciate it when you do things like that for them. And I used to really start to feel bad that I'm different. I used to feel bad that I'm not like everyone else, that everyone is doing the same things and people are looking at me and judging me. But now I could care less. I don't care because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm literally on my own mission. I'm getting paid. I'm putting money in my own pocket. I'm getting paid more than the people who are working in the store most of the time. And when someone judges you, when someone looks at you and says, hey, this person doesn't really have much value, this person isn't really that good, you know what that really tells me? It speaks more about them than it does to me. It says more about them. that's their problem that they're judging someone else. Because coincidentally, evidently, they don't have much going for themselves in their own life. So they feel like they have to judge someone else because they don't have anything going for themselves. It speaks volume about who that person is, not who you are. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you. It's never really about you. It's usually about that person. That person that is judging you for no reason. So the moral of this video is really just to say that if you feel like you are different, if you feel like you're not like everyone else, everyone just kind of looks at you different, they treat you different, it makes such a resentment. You feel such these resentful feelings that you don't really fit in with everyone else. It kind of pisses you off in a sense. It used to make me feel depressed and sad, but now I don't give a damn. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And there's literally no point in you caring about what people think of you. So I say that to say this. If you feel different, embrace it. Embrace who you are. Embrace the man in the mirror. Because God made you the way that you are. I remember one time in middle school, I had this football coach. He's a really great guy, you know what I'm saying? And he was my history teacher. And I had mental issues and stuff when I was in middle school. I had to go to therapy and like stuff like that. And he would always tell me that God made me the way that I am, and God don't make no trash. So why do I feel like I'm trash? You know what I'm saying? And that really stuck with me. Like, I remember that to this day. You know what I'm saying? I used to run track and all that. And my mental issues, like running track and really being around other people and doing sports, it really used to help me feel better. You know what I'm saying? It used to really help. And I think that's the same with life now, you know, my life right now, because I feel like doing things, being productive, you know, reading, working on my mental health, going out and doing gig work and making money, and I feel like I'm actually helping people. I feel like I'm in the flow state and making these YouTube videos. It really brings me peace. It really makes me feel like I'm here for a reason. And I want to feel like I'm here for a reason. And I always try to remember that Jesus was the most hated man on earth. That's why they nailed him to a cross. So Jesus could not impress everyone. He couldn't please everyone because he was different. So what makes you think that you can please everyone if he couldn't? Why are we so worried about what other people think of us? I might post this video and it might get no views. But if I can change at least one person's life and bring them some light, then I'm fulfilled. That is all I need to change one person's life. That's what I'm here for. And I think that is what my purpose is. And that's why I'm on this spiritual journey, mental journey. And I actually just came to a realization yesterday is that this YouTube channel is all about mental health and spirituality. All this dating and stuff like that, that isn't really what I'm really about. I don't really care about, you know, these people. You know, I'll have these people get in my comments and they're arguing with each other. And you know the people. Just go back and look at my videos like dating in 2024. And also it was a video about stop listening to these corny red pill dating coaches. Basically all I was doing was sharing my experience and my thoughts on how I see the world. But I have people in my comments who disagree with me, which is fine. You know, I understand not everybody's gonna agree with what I'm saying, but people are in the comments and they're talking about uh, this, that, and the third about how uh, you need to, how you can't be a certain way with women or whatever. You just go read what they're saying. It's some crazy stuff, and it's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with, and I don't want to have people like these morons in the comments saying things that doesn't make any sense. There's some people who are saying, they're just probably disagreeing with me, but they still make sense. They're not saying anything crazy or off the wall, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the people who support me and who really can resonate with what I'm saying, but it just goes to show that that's not who I am. But basically, my point was I was getting at before I got sidetracked was I've been prioritizing trying to get views and really like the business, trying to build up my business and build up all of that. And even doing the gig work, I kind of prioritize that first because of the bills and everything. But in order to be really fulfilled, in order to be happy and successful in life, I think you have to do the opposite. You know, this is a mental health channel. So if I want this to be mental health channel and I want to impact people's lives and I want to help people, I feel like it needs to start with me. It needs to start within. I need to be analyzing my own mental health, doing introspection on myself, meditating every morning. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I need to be prioritizing my own mental health so that I can help people. You know what I'm saying? I want to prioritize bringing you the most value that I can and sharing the lessons with you that I've learned about how to improve my mental health, how to grow spiritually from my own experiences. And I want to provide that with you. And, whether I'm talking about dating, whether I'm talking about business, and how I just want to provide you with value from here on out on this channel. This channel is about mental health and spirituality. And these may not be topics that most people care about and they really value, but for the people who do value it, for the people who do care about mental health, I think this is definitely the channel for you. If you have been struggling throughout life with depression and anxiety, with having addictions like alcohol, I made a video on alcohol. It was my previous video. You can go check that out. And, about weed, stuff like that. If you struggle, you've been through breakups and terrible relationships, toxic relationships, you're in a place in life where you're not happy, you're not living your best life, then I definitely think this is the channel for you, for sure. And I really want to inspire people and make them happy. And from here on out, I'm going to strive to do that. So, if you found this video helpful and you feel like you can resonate and you're on the same path as me, on the same journey, you want to literally change your entire life and become this version of yourself. When you look in the mirror, you won't even be able to recognize who you are. If that's what you're after in life, definitely like, comment, subscribe, because I am on that same path. My name is Raheem the GOAT, and I will be helping you with your mental health. We're going to help each other. So, like I say at every video, at the end, never give up. Your younger self is rooting for you. Peace.